Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Amy and this is Amy's Mix of Creativity. I am a paper crafter who loves to share tips on how to paper craft and what to do if you're interested in making cards or special projects with paper, or if you're into planning or journaling or just mixed media or anything like that. I want to share my tips with you. So I will do that more in the future. Right now I'm just going to try to get in some Christmas videos, show some of the papers that I have that I love, that some I love, some I don't love as much, but I want to share the ones that I have so that you can decide if they would be for you. Now when you're deciding to paper craft, okay, and I'm going to go through some of, different techniques in the future, different styles, how to figure out what's best for you yourself, so that you can choose what works best for your own personality, and you don't waste a lot of money, and that you can do it really easily without a lot of hassle. Okay, so that's kind of why I'm starting this channel, is because I really want to help with that type of with people that are interested in beginning this fun hobby. I love it. I've been doing it for at least 10 years now, and I just can't get enough of it. And it can get a little crazy, because you can get a little obsessed, get a little addicted to it. I know that I've had that going on, where I've had to say, okay, I gotta stop, I can't buy any more paper. But if you try really hard and figure out what kind of paper you like, what kind of paper that companies work best for you, that you can get it under control if that's the situation you're into. I will talk in this also about how to use up your scraps, how to use up your stash, how to use up things you already have. Meanwhile, though, right now I want to share with some different paper products I bought. I am not going to get into the companies through these videos. I'm not affiliated with any companies, and I do not want to promote them. I feel everybody has their own favorites and their own type of things they like. I happened to buy certain papers this year because there were certain Christmas packs like these three that I was very interested in looking at, and when I found them, they were on sale. I got them 40 to 50% off. So if you get 50% off $6, that's a $3 paper pack. So to me, it's worth it, right? So first of all, let me just tell you again, this is, I'm just trying to share some tips. I'm gonna, at this point in time, I'm just gonna share Christmas, some of my Christmas, stash that I have, things I'm using, things that I got this year. These are paper packs that are brand new for 2023. So if you see this video in the future, just know that this is a paper pack from 2023, and this or the rest of them that I'm going to share in this video, and the first video and the subsequent ones. So let me just show you this Cottage Christmas. This is a really cute little paper pack. In my last video, I showed snow globe vellum. Let me look. Paper Christmas plaids was the name of the plaid paper on that for the 12 by 12 paper packs, and glistening snow. Those three were pretty basic types of paper packs, paper pads, I should say. I'm sorry. That are all from the same company, Recollections, and they come in 12 by 12, and some of them come in 6 by 6 also. Not all of them. I find that some of them are, it's a hit or miss. And if you find that you like a certain paper pack, remember that if you buy it the 12 by 12, you're going to get a much bigger print, okay? 6 by 6 paper packs are much smaller. Okay, so the prints are gonna then also be pretty much, minimized. Okay, so here's I can't even fit it in the frame right now, but Here's a 12 by 12, okay? It's obviously twice as big as the 6 by 6. And I'll show this one in my next video. This video, I just wanted to share these 6 by 6 packs and just give you some tips on if you're buying these type of papers. Do know that if you want bigger prints, best to go with the 12 by 12 paper pads. If you want smaller prints, 6 by 6 is perfectly fine, and it actually works out good because you can get, like, this is from this plaid sheet that we start off with here. You can get at least one, A2 size card and possibly some embellishments. Okay, so you can use the scrap paper for different designs you want to use on the card. This is a double-sided paper pack, which the 12 by 12 Recollection pads are not double-sided. That's something to remember too. So if you're interested in, you want double-sided, which some people feel that's really important. I don't feel it's important because I actually, I'm going to use the paper no matter if it's forward or if it's the front or the back. Okay, so usually I like one side. If it's double-sided, I don't always like one of the sides, like that side I just showed you. Yeah, I like this side. I like this plaid. So double-sided has its advantages. Okay, this is really cool with a little music pad, different music notes. Very vintage looking. You could make it more vintage looking too with dies. Like if you have some Ranger, oxide dies. They work good to, oops, I said I wasn't gonna promote anybody, but you know who I'm talking about. If you're into paper crafting, you probably already know all about that. So anyway, here's some more prints. Here's some, there was basic prints here. You got some cute Santas, very, very vintage. This one is a very vintage style paper pad. I don't know if I said the name. Cottage Christmas? Yeah, I think I did. Oh, so this one you got Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. It's cute. Be fun for a tag. And here are some cut-aparts. So with cut-aparts, and like I said in my last video, so please go check that out if you haven't seen the last video, but and you want to learn more about these different styles and everything, and different paper pads. The cut-aparts are really good for, having, using them in different, on cards, different on tags, on different projects. They're great to use in journals or in planners because they are quite the size, pretty close to a size of, like, if you want to stick it in like a happy planner, which is what I use for planning. They're a little bigger than these ones are a little bigger, but you'll find that the cut-aparts are pretty close to the same size as some of the blocks in planners. If you look at a 12 by 12 page, they're going to be much bigger, and they're going to mostly be for card making. Okay, do some pretty, like a pretty stripe, diagonal stripe. It's kind of like frosty looking. It's kind of interesting. And this one is, sorry about the wiggling. I haven't figured out how to stabilize my my phone totally yet, but I'll get there. Here's one with little houses on it, which is really sweet, with a little tone-on-tone snowflakes in the background. Now, a tip with this type of page, I just want to say, you don't need to have this whole page if you just want to make like a card and you want to just cut out the houses as a focal point. Not, definitely feel free to do that. Use a paper cutter, trimmer, use a die cut frame, maybe use something to make that more usable, because as a whole, this, I think, these scrapbook pads, pattern paper pads are mainly for scrapbooking, right? So this would be like for a journal to write in, you know, about your Christmas and all that. You don't have to use it that way. Just remember that, okay? And everything should be made for you, the way you like it. If you don't like something, don't use it. Or use it in a way that makes you happy. Now this is really interesting. It looks like little like vintage Christmas cards. Okay, I see them now. I hope you can see that. So there's a lot going on there. It's kind of busy. Like it would be cute on like a scrapbook page, but if you wanted to use it in a card, I would suggest even just cutting out like different, you know, parts. Maybe cutting out the Christmas, the Happy Christmas to You, or the Santa Claus. You know, you should make things like this your own. Again, here's some more music notes in green. Very cool. Don't see that too often. Here's some Christmas houses again. And each scene could be cut apart. It's a little hard when it's this small to cut things like that, but if it's too busy for you, cut it up into pieces, you know, or make a tag out of it or something like that. Oh, here's a really cute print. Looks like my sweater that I'm wearing. kind of matches. So you get like really cool prints like this every once in a while, where it's very good for backgrounds. As is this, the wood. I don't know what you call that, but paneling. It looks like the paneling in our basement. I don't like it. Here's some geometric shapes. Kind of cool, but awfully busy. Again, you know, maybe cut it into chunks. Here are some pull aparts, cut aparts, whatever you want to call them. Again, these are probably mainly for journaling and scrapbooking, but obviously they can be used in cards too. And like if you want to use this in a card, just put something over that. I mean, you can put a beautiful like circle die page with a sentiment in the middle of that, and that would look really nice. This also could be just some sentiments used for sentiments. You could just stamp a sentiment right in the middle for a card. So if you're into paper crafting, you're probably into a whole bunch of different stuff like this. So using pattern paper in all kinds of different ways is really cool. Figure out what you like. Don't stick to, don't feel like you have to do just one thing with different paper, because I mean, look at that. Like that's kind of wild. Yeah, I like it, but it's pretty busy. Very colorful. Maybe good for like a little embellishment. That I don't like whatsoever, but that's all right. And again, this isn't my kind of color. I'm very into bright colors, but these are great colors to like have in the background when you're when you're making a card. That's interesting. They gave you two of those, or maybe I just didn't take out one of them. Each of these paper pads come with 24. The small ones come with 24 sheets. The bigger ones usually come with 48, unless they're specialty papers. So this means there's two pages per design. So you get 12 different designs. I take out my designs every time when I first get the paper pad, so that I will use the design. If it stays in the paper pad, I'm not going to use it, okay? And I highly suggest take out at least one of each sheet. If you really like the sheet, you really like the design, or you want to use the back of the design, take out both, so you'll have both to use. But if you don't take them out of the paper pad, chances are they won't come out of the paper pad. Maybe ever. Okay, so here's another paper pad from Recollections. It's in the same group. It was like the same 2023 release. Again, I'm not gonna get into where I got this, but anybody who you know, you can figure it out. Recollections is a very famous company, very famous from a very famous company. Here you go, right off the bat, they're giving us some of these like cut ups. These are I don't know. I never really like these because it's just really hard to cut it all up. So I suggest, and I suggested in the last video too, that if you have something like this, you might want to cut it and just use it as is. Use it as, you can use it in a card or a tag or some other way that makes it so that you don't have to, you know, use your paper trimmer to cut every little piece of course, if you want to do that, go ahead. That's fine. I mean, it's beautiful. Look at these deer down here. Like, I don't know, you see that? Oh, might not have been in, I wasn't totally in view there, but those deer are so cute. So, you know, you might find that you might want some of it cut apart and use separately and use as like a border, used in some, you know, like some of these words up here. Joy to the world, 'tis the season, all is calm, and these tidings, comfort, and joy, they could be used as sentiments when cut apart. Okay, so again, this is double-sided. Here's this side. Kind of funky looking. This side is, this is real funky looking. Oh, those are birds. I don't. Hey, look, I'm gonna like have fun doing this channel. I hope other people have fun listening to my little quips. And if you don't like that, I'm sorry, but that's my sense of humor. Anyway, here you go. Like, oh, I see it. It's a very, very subtle tone-on-tone design on there, but I have no idea what the heck that is. But I know that that is pretty cool looking. That's like those are like little flowers that make up like a design that looks almost like a plaid. So that's cool. And here's, oh, some of this. What is this called? I can't, just went out of my mind what that is. But you know what? Oh, paisley design. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Very, very old vintage looking. And here's some tone-on-tone, really subtle leaves and holly, and you know, that's always pretty for backgrounds and for like frames for cards. Okay, here's some more pull aparts. Let's see if I can get in frame better there. Look at the cute little deer. We have deer on our lawn where we live, which is really funny because they come out all the time. And one day I looked out my door, and at night, it was around Christmas time, there was a deer laying on my front yard, and she was, I think it was a mother deer, and she was just laying there like, you know, like watching her kids frolic on our lawn. It was really cute. And she just stared at me. I was like, hi, how are you doing? She just stayed there for who knows how long, but I do have it. I do love deer. They are beautiful. I don't love some of the things that happen because of deer, but anyway. So these are really cute, you know, little squares that you can, you know, frame up and use in cards, use in journals, use as tags. Okay, here's some, oh, those are pine cones. I was like, what? Okay, so that's interesting. And here are some vintage deer that looks kind of like wallpaper that might have been in my grandmother's house when I was growing up. Here's some pretty red. I guess those are mistletoes. And here's, I like this. This is really vintage looking too, and it's very subtle. So, you know, some of these things you gotta like understand that if you cut them down, it won't look as busy and won't look as like in your face or as dull as some of the things. Like this is like, I don't know why these companies do this. Like, that's like such a waste of paper to me. At least put some snowflakes in there. Come on. Remember, I've taken out half of the pages, so that's why it's easy for me to flip through this. And I do that automatically, almost, well, not as soon as I get the paper, but as soon as I can. Here are some pine cones, little, I don't know, little flowers. And here is a full page that's really cute to, frame up or put in a, like in a journal or divider or decor in your house, or just cut it apart. Do what makes you happy. Here's some more tone on tone designs, really cute. I'm gonna go a little faster now because I want to get through one more before it gets too long. And here's Christmas, Merry Christmas on top. You can always cut this off, and then you have this bottom too that you can use as a border. Remember, when you cut the pages off, they're gonna come. Those little circles are gonna be on there, so just trim it, and then you won't have to worry about that. Okay, so here's a little more different colors. Cool. I feel this one is a little plain for my taste. There's some upside down deer, but I like it. I like the vintage look. So next I have plaids, Christmas plaids. I had a 12 by 12 page of Christmas plaids that I showed in my last video. This is, for anybody who loves like plaids at Christmas time. I just can't get enough of them. I kind of like some of these better than others. Some of the designs in here. And remember, the designs they're going to be much bigger in the 12 by 12 paper pad that goes with this. They reduce everything down, so it's not the same paper. It's totally different types of paper. Okay, they get you that way because they want you to buy both, which I end up doing. Again, this is double-sided, so you got this really pretty Christmas plaid on the front, and on the back is just pretty plain. Now, often I like that when they do that. They make a really pretty design on one side and the other side be plain so that you can mix and match. And so if you don't, if you want to use the really pretty design, you're not stuck ruining something that you really like. Or cutting it up. But you also have choices because there's two pieces of paper per pack. Okay, again, I'm just trying to go a little faster so this video doesn't get to be extremely long. It's already getting there. Oh, I love that. I love that plaid. It reminds me of my dad. And here is a little cream color. Some other plaids. Tone on tone. More cream. More cream. I don't know if I like the cream so much. Greens. I don't know if these are exactly the same. I mean, they're different sizes plaid for sure, but I don't even know if they're the same designs from the other 12 by 12. I'd have to look through it. I'm not going to do that now. These do not look like they're the same to me, but could be wrong. These seem very plain. But, for Christmas cards, they'll be really nice. So, there you go. Okay. So those are some small 12 by 12. Okay, I messed up, but whatever. Small 6 by 6 paper pads. For Christmas, you get some, variety. These are just some that I chose. Some I have others, and I'm going to share some more paper pads in my next video. Please, stick with me. We're going to just do this right now, but in the future, I'm going to do more with this channel. I'm going to add some tips on how to start paper crafting if you haven't started it much yet and you want some tips. Also for people that have been doing it forever, and tips on how to use up their stash, how to use, scraps, and how to take care of certain things so that it doesn't all get out of hand. Okay, so I hope you can, we'll come back and, subscribe or hit, do all that stuff. Comment, let me know if this type of stuff is what is content that you'd like to see more of, or if I, should focus more on tips and tricks and techniques. Okay, thank you. Bye.